Hi, this is Heidi Caswell here, WordPress 101 for Boomers. And what I wanted to show you here today is the guts of WordPress, what it looks like. And if you've already got WordPress set up and it's running, everything's working right, you may not really need to have this information. But if you're trying to move WordPress or to set it up differently from how you set it up, this information can be helpful to you. Now, WordPress is made up of two things. One is all the files that make up WordPress. There's a lot of files in WordPress. You may have thousands of files, and they'll be in different folders. And these will be in your, you can FTP to look at these and change them and edit them, or you can do that in your file manager on your server. Let's go ahead. Okay, before we go into that and show you what that looks like, the other part of WordPress is database. The database is where all the words you type in, all the content is there. It also has the things that you, the settings. When you go into WordPress and you edit the settings, all of the settings are also saved in the database. So the database is important, and it's got your content, and that's why you want to make sure that you have backed up copies of your database kept. That way, if you were to lose your whole site, you still have your information that's saved in the database. Now, the database does not include images. It does not include your themes. And if you have a custom theme made up, those things in your plugins, those are in your file folders. Let's go ahead and go to the file folders and look at them now. Okay, here we are in some file folders with FTP. This is a WordPress site. This is something that was set up by the host itself, but this is a WordPress folders. This is WordPress folders. This is WordPress folders. And then you may have an htaccess file. You'll have an index.php. This is what loads up that first page of WordPress. Probably a license and a README. And then you have all these files here that have WordPress - something on them. And those are all WordPress files. Now, you may have other files in there that have been added there, like if you set up a sitemap, it might have things like that set up there. But these are the basic WordPress files and what they look like. Now, one of these that you may need to change if you were to move from one server to another is the WP config file. Now, your config file is going to look something like this when you put it on there. If you do an automatic install, this is set up for you. Your database is set up for you. You don't have to do all these things. When you set it up, your database is given a name, and then you have a user. Now it's going to have the same thing on all of them. One of them I have this connect, and I'll say connect / and then whatever you name your folder. And this is what you name the database here. The URL, if you put it someplace else, would be like mywebsite.com/blog, if you happen to put things that way. But it's going to have a database user and a password, and these things are set up as it automatically sets it up for you. And a lot of times they'll use a local host here. Some sites have you put something else, the name of the server there, to set it up. But this is what the inside of WordPress looks like. Some of these folders that you have here are quite important. If you want to look into the WP content, the plugin folder lists all the plugins that you've put in for that site. And they'll all be there. Whether you're using them or not using them currently, that's where they're at. Your themes will be in the theme folder. And there may be some other folders that are created as you do this and set things up. Upload folders, you can see these different ones for the different years. This has all the pictures and images that you've uploaded in there. And so you may want to keep some of those. These are also things that could be backed up, because if you were to lose your whole site and you had your database, all your words, all your settings would be there. You could set up a new WordPress installation and, upload that database, and your stuff would be right there. You'll find your databases in your control panel. You want to look into my SQL server, and then you can click onto it, and you can go on into it.